I think what we're seeing is business slowed down because people focused on COVID. That's what they needed to do. As business picked up and we got more calls, we're hearing people who still have their strategic initiatives and priorities on the agenda that they can start focusing on again. And in some respects, those are varying, yet there's some common themes, digital health being one of them, new ERP replacement systems being another, obviously, along with, we're seeing an uptick in coaching, more people calling and looking for coaching. And we can talk more about that a little bit later, but it really varies what people are looking for as they it's hard to say get past COVID when you see what's happening this fall. But as hospitals get back a bit to what else do we need to be focusing on and looking ahead to the future, those are the kinds of calls that we're starting to get from people.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, thanks for the kind words, by the way. I appreciate it. And everybody who's come on the show, they've just shared so much. Yeah. We responded instinctually to COVID and did some amazing work. And I think, and we'll talk about this a little bit as well, I think to a certain extent, that's raised the expectations on health IT, which is something that leadership's got to deal with. David, what are you finding?
Yeah, what I've found is that, and by the way, I would repeat what Sue said, but she said it eloquently, and we're very appreciative to what you give back. So I thank you for that. And we all are very much appreciative. And one of the things that you do is you're helping with the education process and you're sharing solutions. And one of the things that I point out when I talk about vendors is the communities that they have, but you've created your own community that's vendor agnostic. And I think that's one of the great places that builds trust. And with that trust, we talk about everything moves at the speed of trust. And so the ability to share those solutions is huge.
Fantastic. So that's our show for this week.
Let me go ahead and tell you what I have found. And what's an interesting missed opportunity, I think a lot of CIOs are missing out on. They have performed heroically and overused nowadays, but it's because there's so many opportunities to be a hero. And IT has done things that we have never seen done before at a pace that's never been imagined. And when you talk about it's the deployment of the technology, or it's the expansion of the beds, or it's the expansion of the services, it's really been extraordinary. And the CIOs and their teams, we know it's always a team effort, have built political capital and they're unaware of it. I don't think they appreciate the gratitude that exists out in the community for what they've done. And so they have to be careful now not to try to go back to the pre-COVID world. The idea is use the political capital that you have to create a new roadmap for the future and focus on how you're going to take advantage of the political capital that you built. Now, you got to balance that with expectations. That, oh gosh, if you could do this so quickly, how can you do all these other things? And so as we get down the conversation about what we're advising clients, I'm happy to talk about that as well. But I do think that we now see the greatest opportunity-rich environment for IT I've ever seen. So I'm very optimistic about a much, not new normal, because I don't like the idea of using the word normal again, but a much brighter future.
Mm-hmm.